And just like that, we are back to another video in the YouTube 101 for families, kids, and busy people. This is our pre-launch series. We're just talking about a little bit about what's in the course, what you guys are going to learn, and just giving you some really actionable items that you could take away from these videos you're watching right now and still be able to go out there and kill it. So today, I want to talk about how to choose your niche and the easiest way to plan what you're going to talk about in all of your YouTube videos, because I get that all the time. Like, Jake, I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. I don't have anything of value. I'm nobody. That's not true. You have a life experience. You've had jobs. You've worked. You've had to deal with difficult people, difficult decisions. You've had to grow your family and change careers and do all these crazy things. Everything about your life is valuable, because I said it in my last video. There are people 5 steps behind you right now that would kill to be where you're at in life, even though you would kill to be where the person 5 steps ahead of you are. Like, just because I'm talking about this and talking about YouTube, I'm not where I need to be. I don't have a huge channel. This is not about creating a huge, profitable, successful channel. This is about the groundwork. This is a 101 course on how to set up your channel, how to design your channel and get all the artwork. It's how to plan your niche and create a personal brand or a family brand or a business brand around that niche so you always know what to talk about. So I am going to transition now to a video that I did in Austin, Texas, where I talk about exactly what you have to do to set up your 3 pillars for a personal brand. So guys, before I jump into that, I just want to thank you again. Thank you so much, literally from the bottom of my heart, for all of your comments and your questions that you sent me on Instagram on the last video. I'm having so much fun meeting you guys and engaging. A whole bunch of you live right here in Phoenix, which is really cool. So make sure you hit me up on Instagram because we could probably get together and create a meetup or maybe a workshop, or even just go grab a coffee if you're cool enough. All right, let's jump into it. We're going to get into the 3 pillars of a personal brand, but just remember one last little thing before we jump into that. There is an opportunity here for you to change everything about your life. I made my first video taking my kid to the park in a wagon, filmed it, edited it. My community got behind it. Local businesses then asked me to make them videos. Then a business in Phoenix asked me to do the same. I got to move across the country, and then I used the power of networking to just have some of the most incredible videos, experiences of my entire life. And you can see all of those videos on my Instagram. So make sure to hit me up at @holleratjake. And just remember, pay attention, take notes, and prepare to set up your own niche and your 3 pillars of a personal brand. And I just want you to go on a journey that's in your own heart. Like, everybody has this ideal life for themselves that you can feel in the middle of your chest. I told people for years I was going to do something huge and amazing. I just didn't know what it was yet. And I really, really, really feel like I'm doing it right now, talking to you guys, making these videos, showing you guys how to do these things that changed my life. That's what I was meant to be here for. So I want you to find the same thing. So we're going to talk about the 3 pillars of the personal brand, how to set a niche, how to always know what to make your videos about and what to talk about. It's going to make it so simple for you to keep moving forward. So let's do it.
Hey guys, what's up? Guys, I'm here today to talk personal branding. So your brand is a gateway to your true work. You know you're here to do something, to create something, or help others in some way. And the question is, how can you set up your life and your work so that you can do it? Well, your answer lies within your personal brand. When you create a compelling brand, you attract people who want the promise of your brand, which you'll deliver. Gary Vaynerchuk, the king of personal branding, said it's important to build a personal brand because it's the only thing you have, and your reputation online in the new business world is pretty much the game. So you've got to be a good person. You can't hide anything. More importantly, you've got to be out there at some level. So for the next 7 minutes or so, we're going to break down how to develop, create pillar content, grow, and use your personal brand to get anything you want out of your life, from access to people you respect, new jobs, promotions, to becoming an authority in your industry. So before we begin, let me ask you something. Are you familiar with anybody in your industry who is creating online and has the same job as you? Either way, two facts remain. Either nobody is doing it, which leaves a wide open space for you to become a voice in your industry, or somebody else is doing it, and they have paved the way for you. So what I'm getting to is, no matter if one person or a million people are doing this, there's a space here for everybody. Your voice and your experience is unique. So no matter what, you can just share your story. So where to begin? Show me your goals and I'll show you the outline for a strong personal brand. Your goals are the step-by-step process for creating your brand. Want a promotion? Create content about how much knowledge you have in your field. Want to educate the future of your industry? Create educational content and share stories of your experiences. So the next thing people always ask me is, how do I know what to talk about all the time? I utilize a system called the 3 pillars of a brand to keep me consistent and on topic. So for example, my 3 pillars are mindset, networking, and personal development. Every single piece of content I put out, before I hit that send button, I ask myself, which of these pillars does this fall within? Anytime I get stuck, I just ask myself if what I'm working on falls within my 3 brand pillars. So as long as you have your 3 pillars firmly established, all you have to talk about is 1, 2, or all of those topics. So the next thing I'm always asked is where to focus. There's so many different outlets. With so many social media platforms these days, it could be overwhelming to try to figure out where to even begin. Now, my suggestion is to figure out what you're most comfortable with and start there. It's not at all necessary to try to create content for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, LinkedIn, and so on. So where is your target audience? Start there. For you guys, it may be something like LinkedIn. For me, it's Instagram. Do not try to do too much too soon if it doesn't feel right, because you'll get a little bit overwhelmed and your content will suffer. So next is how to communicate your messaging. Again, just focus what you're good at. If you're an amazing communicator and not shy, go with video. Right now, it's absolutely the strongest way to connect with an audience. There's a video right there for that reason. Plus, you can always pull the audio from your videos for a ready-made industry-specific topic on a podcast. If you're an excellent speaker but not comfortable on camera, go with voice, and you don't have to overcomplicate this. When I say utilize your voice, all you have to do is take your Instagram stories, point your camera away from you instead of at you. You just use your camera to show what you're looking at, where you are, and explain to your audience what you're looking at and what you're working on. So if your strongest skill is the written word, use the article creation options on LinkedIn or even Facebook. If none of these sound great, take a photo, type up 1 or 2 sentences around what you're looking at, and just share that. At the beginning, it could be that simple. Now, once you've established your personal brand, it's time to grow it. And how do we do that? Well, I have a few fairly simple suggestions. The first is to get into the practice of documenting your life. After all, a personal brand is just that. It's personal. By opening up to your viewers and offering as much of your life as you're comfortable with sharing, your audience begins to root for you. They want you to win. They want to see what you're up to, and they want to experience your life right around with you. It's an amazing thing. In our industry, there is someone we've had on our Perception Evolution Project podcast named Mike. Mike is an HVAC service manager who shares his world through his Instagram stories. His daughter signed him up for an account, and he began to share his work life, and he currently has 35,000 followers. A massive majority are fellow HVAC technicians and industry people. So next, consistency is key. When people take an interest in you, if they know they can come back every single day to see what you're up to, they will. Shoot, the last Instagram story I made was me walking up here right before I came out. Next, you could grow through collaborations. I mean, there's so many of you. You all have different takes. No matter which is your chosen platform, you could find others in your industry and reach out to them. A simple message letting somebody know you enjoy their work is all it takes to establish a relationship. Perhaps then they will share something you create, or you can go live and have a public conversation live in front of the entire world or your entire industry. But here's the best part. You could be in Los Angeles, and they can be in New York. Social media gives us the community, or the ability to communicate with anybody in the entire world. By collaborating with others, we're showing their followers who we are. And most of the time, when you collaborate with others, some of their followers will naturally begin to follow you as well, and you will grow on the platform. The beauty behind this strategy is pretty amazing. You're not only growing your brand, but your network as well. If you are ever looking for a job change, to move across the country, or you have a question in need of an answer, you have an entire world of industry peers at your fingertips. You're walking around with them in your pocket every single day. In closing, I'd like to take a moment to talk about the opportunity here. No matter how many times your goals change, a simple adjustment to one or all three of your pillars is all it takes to pivot. Career changes or interests, you will forever be able to meet the power players no matter what industry you go to, because somebody is doing something. You can become somebody. Build it enough, and opportunity will come to you. Guys, thanks for coming to hang out with me for a little bit. My 3 pillars are mindset, networking, and personal development. If you want to see how I use my personal brand to do anything I want, reach out to me on Instagram at @holleratjake. I'm always posting new content and sharing my daily life through stories. I did about 1,000 of them over the last 2 days here at RIFMA. And make sure to follow me, because if you guys have any questions at all, just reach out and I'll help every single one of you if I can. And if you really like my talk and you want to talk more about personal branding and how we can develop it in this industry, swing by booth 1624 and I'll answer any questions you want. All right, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Have a good one.
All right. Did you guys like my red shoes? Man, I got to tell you, I was the belle of the ball at that conference after that, because everybody at the entire conference was in the crowd during that talk, and all everybody could talk about for the rest of the week was the guy in the red shoes, because I was there for an industry that doesn't typically have personal branding or video or anything like that. So I was definitely different than the majority of the people in the crowd, and they ate those shoes up. So moving on, guys, we're going to go to some of the best questions that I get answered, or I get asked all of the time, including in some of our pre-launch content. I sent out a form to you guys and asked you, like, what do you want to learn? So here are some of the best things that I've been asked over the years. So number one, we just went over this in the video about my talk, but it's, should I have a niche or mission statement first? So although the whole last, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes was me talking about how important it is to have a niche and the 3 pillars of your brand, you absolutely do not need a niche or a mission statement first. Like, maybe you're a family wanting to start a YouTube channel and your niche is, we're a cool family, here's what our life is like. That's okay. Maybe you're a real estate agent and you're like, well, I just sell homes in the East Valley of Phoenix. That's okay. Just talk about that. Like, you don't have to go crazy. These tactics that I'm giving you, nothing is required. Nothing is mandatory. You get to make it all up as you go along. I'm just sharing what works better for most people and what has worked best for me over the years. So now, a mission statement? Nah, you don't need that at all ever. Like, I've never even thought about a mission statement for myself, to be honest. This is like the first time I'm literally ever talking about it, and I have talked at length about all things video and marketing. Now, a niche, that's different. Like, you should have a general idea of where your channel is going and what it's about. I mean, if you say, oh yeah, I have a YouTube channel, and they say, oh, what it's about, like, what are you going to say? So at the very, very least, have one sentence that you say, oh, like my family, we do family branding. So we talk about how to brand yourself as a family while also sharing our life as a family. So we would say pretty much just that. Like, oh yeah, we have a YouTube channel where we share our lives going to parks and activities, and it gives us a reason to do really fun things. And while we're doing those fun things, we teach other families how to set up their own channels, because we want every family in the world to have as much fun with this as we are having. That's all it has to be. You don't have to go crazy. You don't have to write a business plan or anything like that. So number 2, do I need to be a techie to do this? Well, if you buy my course, absolutely not. No, for real though. No, you don't need to be a techie. Like, honestly, the simplest thing you can do is take out your phone, put it on video, hit record, talk to your phone about what you were up to this day, or about what your job is like, or what you're cooking for dinner. Doesn't matter. Turn your phone on, hit record, share with the world who you are and what you're up to, and then upload that thing to YouTube. That's as simple as it could be. You can do it all without even leaving your couch. It's that simple. Now, my course, we are going to go into some deep strategies. Simple, but deep, about, the best ways of planning your channel. And how do you get artwork? Do you have any idea where to get the artwork? Are you an artist? Are you going to make it? Are you going to draw it? Are you going to pay somebody for it? We go over all that in the course. What about cameras? You want to use a free option? You want to spend $200? You want to spend $1,000? You want to spend $5,000? We go over all that in the course. What about marketing? Marketing. Do you need ads? Do you need an email list? Do you even know how to do any of that? We go over it all in the course. So, well, I would say no, absolutely not. You do not need to be a techie. I give you some really, really simple strategies that you can employ from day one that is not only going to make your life easier, you're going to learn a lot, and you're going to become a techie without even trying. But more importantly, it's going to give you the resources and the tools to make sure that your channel is successful from the beginning. And lastly, is it going to cost me anything? I don't want to keep beating this to death, but people ask that all the time, especially parents, because they have to spend enough money on scouts and soccer and hockey and school and PTO and whatever the heck else us parents spend all of our money on. So we have enough expenses. I mean, just the fact that you're considering purchasing this course, I don't take lightly. I'm very serious about that. That my wife Winona and I had lengthy conversations about, well, what do we charge? These people say we should charge at least this month. And we're like, our course is for families and for people to help their kids start a YouTube channel. They're not going to drop $500 or $1,000 to learn how to start a very basic YouTube channel. Well, I would really, really appreciate it if some of you did, and feel free to Venmo me, but it's not necessary. I don't want you guys to have to spend any more money. So in my course, in our course, it's my family's course because we're a family brand. In the course, we give you options for everything. Everything that costs money, I'm going to say, okay, here's the free option. Here's the spend a little bit of money option. And here's the I want the best thing ever option. So whether we're talking about setting up your channel and buying art, or we're talking about what camera to buy, or we're talking about marketing and email lists, for every single thing, I'm going to give you a free, a cheap, and an advanced option, so you know all of the availabilities available to you before you even get started. It's going to make your life so much easier. So guys, after this video, you're going to have a really great understanding of how to choose a niche, how to pick the 3 pillars of your brand so you always know what to talk about, what to make videos about. We talked about, is it going to cost you any money? We talked about some strategy. We talked about some ideas. We really covered a lot. And just remember, everything in the course goes into such greater detail. It's all my best tips, my best tricks, everything that, I've spent the last 5 or 6 years learning. I'm just giving it to you. So I just want to make your life as easy as possible. So in the next video, I want to talk about the exciting part, and that's a little bit more about the amazing possibilities when it comes to starting a YouTube channel and video. And hey, keep in mind, I don't mention this in the course or in any of these email videos I'm sending you guys. Keep in mind when I say YouTube, like I'm also talking about Instagram and Facebook. All of these same strategies will work for everything. So when you make your video and you have a done video, you don't have to only post it on, on YouTube. You could post it on your Facebook page. You could make a business Facebook page or a page for your channel or an Instagram. The sky is the limit. There's so much that you can do. But in the next video, I want to talk a little bit more about the exciting possibilities. We are going to go into all of it, and there's just so many things you can do. Remember me, man. Remember me. I grew up in a town of 1,000 people just off the shores of Lake Superior in far northern Michigan in the middle of nowhere. I started making videos with my kid, brought him to the park in a wagon, filmed it, edited it, put it out. The community liked it. Local businesses asked me to make them for them. I got a chance to move across the country, lived in a big city for my first time, got to drive on the interstate every day. And then absolutely magic started happening. I got to film for celebrities, events, music festivals, clothing brands, the fire department. I mean, just so many things. I have only lived in Arizona for 2 years, and I have more connections in the city than my friends that have lived here for a decade, and that all came on the back of making videos. And I want the same for you. So guys, in 2 more days, a day really, day and a half, I'm going to send another video. It's going to be the ownership experience video. We're going to talk about what it's going to be like when you have a channel and people are engaging and your family and friends start to ask about it and your community starts to get on board with what you're doing. There are so many absolutely amazing things, and we're going to go into all of it in the next video. So guys, again, same as last time, if you watch this and stuck with me all the way through, please, 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 please follow me on Instagram. My tag is @holleratjake. I'm going to put it right here on the video so you could see it. Pull out your phone right now. Follow me on Instagram and hit me up. Shoot me a DM, reply to a story, comment on one of my posts. DM's the best. I want to get to know you guys. I want to know what you're excited about, why you want to start a channel. Is it for you? Is it your family? Are you going to start a cooking channel? Are you going to start a channel about your business? Or are you a real estate agent and you're going to make videos about your listings or whatever your specific niche is within your industry? I want to know what that is, and I want to offer you guys some suggestions right now on how you can get a jump on that. So if you're still listening, follow me on Instagram right now and send me your number one question that you have when it comes to personal branding, marketing, YouTube. Doesn't matter. I do it all. Hit me up. Let me know, and we will talk to you guys in a couple days.